So this is interesting. Novelty. I mean, this is... I'm seeing a lot of this. Check it out, like 100 games. But I've never seen this, where he's doing it despite this diagonal being open. Is there a way White could take advantage of this with like c4? I thought c4 doesn't really do anything. I'm not that convinced. The engine, yeah, now it's coming around. It's not that clear, though. That's what I thought. c4, c6. Now I have to do something. What am I doing here? Congratulations on a new idea, Miro. Alright. The Miro defense to the reverse modern. But anyways, you missed queen c6. After queen g4, I have this problem. How do I defend c2? And this is nothing. Like, bishop takes h6 is nothing. Yeah. It's simply like seek and destroy. White's lucky. I mean, I'm lucky I'm not worse. So what if I get your h6 pawn? That's actually my best move, but it's a draw after queen c6. This losing this pawn, I mean, my d3 pawn is going to be weak, and my b2 pawn is going to be weak. What am I going to do here? Rook c1? Something like this. It could get kind of sharp in this. Peter says 0-0, but it's actually kind of imbalanced. So, Bradinsky's here as well. Nice guy in, as in India. Universitate, thanks for being a subscriber. So, alright, Universitate, known for his slowness and Lihar, like, sloth, like, how do you say Lihar? How do you say sloth in Romanian? Sloth? Anyway, he's known for his 7 Deadly Chess Sins by Jonathan Rowson. Sloth. Quickness is not a sin. But sloth is. I'm guilty of sloth. So let's go with something fun. Alright? We played the deferred Grob today. Play the Polish. Xerox sent a game for analysis. Tomorrow night we have subscriber stream. Did you send it to me? Is that the message we got? Once Kirill Gergiev and Blitz played d4, c6, c4, b5 against me. That's basically what we're doing here. Don't ask me if this makes any sense. I'm just having fun. b4, what does it do, you might ask? It's sort of against this knight coming to c6, I guess. In a way. It's a accelerated Piert's theme. Is everybody there? I had an internet outage very momentarily, and there's been no chat since that, so I'm gonna reload my Twitch page. c6 though, okay. Is anyone home? Yeah, this makes sense. Now if knight f3. I like knight f3. Do I like knight f3? Asterbay, welcome. Back. Do I like knight f3 here? d4. Knight f3, e4. Yeah, I like knight f3. Let's play it. Like a weird Karo Khan. Lionel Spoon watching. Yeah, we our chat was like stuck. There's a whole bunch of chat I missed because my stream went down. Sladgie, do you accept challenges, sir? Mystic. I'm accepting challenges. So it's like a really weird Aliekin now. Xerox, I guess that's your submission for tomorrow night's stream. Thursday nights, I do analysis for the subscribers games. This is a very unorthodox Aliekin. And now I'm not really a happy camper. Black has a good position. I should qualify that. Black has a very good position. Black is like clearly better. Very good. Yeah, I kind of hate my position, honestly. If a5, I'm just gonna have to take it. I don't know what I'm even like stressing about like this. Clearly, I just take it. No stress. Let's think. Bad bishop? No problem. Clear advantage to black. So you just have a bad position. What can you do? It was a dumb opening. I mean, bishop f4, I don't like it. My king side is kind of iffy there. I agree that it's something you can consider. Yeah, it's playable, I guess. It looks very risky. Take, g5. There's all sorts of scary stuff. But I'm in big trouble anyway. I mean, this is one of the better games. Universitate is playing absolutely correct here. Sometimes he does some crazy stuff, but this is... He's just like, you know, straight up playing well in this game. Not messing around. So that's kind of weird. That has the smell of like a cheapo. I smell sort of cheap moves with the bishop there. He's trying for like bishop a6, but at the same time he's like weakening his own like diagonal. So that seems a little risky. I wouldn't do that if I were him. Speaking of cheapos. This isn't a cheapo. It's like I'm trying to stay alive from this position with no space. Tactic here. Wow, it's a blunder. Blundiferous. But like many of my opponents, Universitate, as I joked at the beginning of the game, he plays very fast. His only real weakness. It's a strength and a weakness, right? Yeah, but I mean, bishop b7, man, you know, it's a terrible square. He just never should play b6. He has a tremendous position. His pawn structure is inassailable or unassailable, and he should just like kill me on the king side. It's going against the grain of the position to play b6. That's the only mistake he made. Why play b6 when he's gonna like hammer me with g5, f5, f4 on the king side. Straight up, you know, kingside murder. He doesn't need to do anything on the queen side. Now maybe he still has stuff. No, yes, nah. I'm alright. I mean, that diagonal is still haunting him. You know, if it's not the pawns, it's the rook on a8. So whatever he tries now, whatever he tries here, if he tries something fancy with c5, you know, he has problems. So this is rather artificial looking. Knight d2, bang, bang, whatever. I guess he's just playing knight d7 now. But I'm up a pawn. Everything's OBKB. Oh, undermining b5. So b5, knight c6, yeah. But I've got to be careful with my queen here. I mean, I'm in a bad place with that queen. It's not so simple. Maybe queen a4, simply a good move. What am I doing on that? Queen e4, knight e5. He's coming with knight e5. Alright, let's do it, man. I got it. Destroy. Destroy. We're here to destroy. The center. He doesn't have a center anymore. Nice knowing your center. Because that's hypermodernism. Bent Larson. Knight c6. Knight c3. There's still life in this position. Nice, nice. I'm only one pawn up. Man, that's annoying. It's like tactical ending. Nothing else to do. He resigned. He shouldn't resign here. I disagree with this resignation. I mean, knight takes c3. Yes, I'm up a pawn or two, but it's opposite color bishops. I don't think he should resign. Peter disagrees, though. Peter says he's totally lost. Why? Why can't you play like knight takes c3? Why is it so lost? Oh, I have knight a7 winning the exchange. Alright. I missed it. You know, I missed this. Wins the exchange. Simple. So it was valid to resign. Yeah, I have knight a7. I'm attacking both rooks simultaneously. Yeah, that's why he resigned. It was actually not a bad game by me. 2 inaccuracies, no mistakes, no blunders. But he had a good position. Very good position here. Plus half a pawn. But b6 is a blunder. Alright. Druvgol, Hiroku, Bradinsky, nice guy. Sumaher. We never know if Sumaher is a subscriber or not. He like is I don't know if he's chat banned. Sumaher, are you chat banned? For some reason I never get his messages on lichess until it's like a week later. I don't know if he's a subscriber. We'll wait and see. He might have gotten gift subbed. We had 7 gift subs yesterday. Why doesn't, you know, Twitch do this? It wouldn't be very difficult, like to notify. I think like when you click on stream chat, users in chat, It would be very easy to implement. They have like broadcaster, Sladgie, moderators, Mubat, VIPs, Asterbate, users, blah, 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 blah. Why does it say subscribers? They should just have another category for subscribers. Very easy. And then we know, like, who are subscribers, who are not. Very simple, Twitch. Just implement that and I can know who's a subscriber. Bang. B3. Subscribers should have their own category below VIPs. Easy. So let's play the Dutch. Technically, it's not the Dutch because White didn't play D4. Whatever, as they say in Massachusetts. I lived in New England for 15 years, and there was that awful Boston accent. Whatever. So knight f3. Now we can transpose to one of those very popular sort of setups for White. Leningrad Dutch versus the Queen's Indian. Thanks everybody for watching. Please support the stream by donating and subscribing if you can. Appreciate it. Now, I don't like to castle too early in general, but this is not a very aggressive setup by White, so I mean, he could try to like throw his h-pawn at me. Yeah, maybe I should hang out and wait. Just a move or two. If you're going to castle, I'll castle. He could also play the English still. Now there we go into a normal anti-Dutch, quiet anti-Dutch line. Very common setup. You know, I had a friend who played the Leningrad. He would often play like c5 sometimes in these type of structures. I don't know why White is like not castling. I know why I'm not castling. He could have done some psycho stuff, but I'm not so worried now. It's a quiet setup by White. By the way, I mean Druvgol plays e4 usually. This is basically a d4 game. Well, it is. So he's not in his comfort zone. Guys, tomorrow night subscriber stream. Matui. Lichess. I don't think we have a lichess command. Thursday. Try the Thursday command. Subscribers can submit games for tomorrow night. We have Discord command, donate command, Thursday command, Monday command. There he goes. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing h4? This is not a setup designed for that. Like, it's a very quiet positional line. You're not supposed to like throw your h-pawn and castle queenside. You took the filter off your cigarette and smoked it. That's old school, man. That's what my dad's best friend used to do. He was hardcore. He used to smoke Camel unfiltered. And like sometimes he couldn't get them, so he would like get regular filter cigarettes and take the filter off. He lived to like 80 something. But he had like the most wrinkles I've ever seen. Alpha Zero says you can play h4. Well, you can, Bradinsky, but that doesn't mean that it's good. I mean, Alpha Zero can do it at once. I don't like the way White's playing this. His queenside structure's broken. And now, you know, he's not castling, playing like Badur Jabava in a position where you're supposed to like play solid chess. White's position is not designed for that. Lionel Spoon subscribed. Awesome, man. By the way, guys, there's like a promotion for September. If you do subscribe, there's a discount. Or at least there should be. Twitch always does September. Now, if he goes h5, I have option to take it or push. Okay, I mean, to be fair to Drupal, he plays e4, like I said. He's not a d4 player, so he's trying to play something he just doesn't play. That's understandable if he's not really familiar with the right plan. Maybe because it's Wednesday. I'm trying to play unusual openings, so he tried something different as well. I know Hikaru and a lot of people are playing the b3. The Indian Grandmaster did a chessable, or who? The player, I can never remember his name. Man, my dementia is getting worse. Starts with an Adiban. Yeah, thank you. I need a brain transplant. Adiban did a b3 series or something. So this c5 is interesting. Now it could be kind of blocked. I'm concerned the position is becoming very blocked. Right. Adiban. How is it with Indian names? They're like Hungarian names where they're reversed. Isn't that it? You say the family name first and the first name last. I always get confused. It was hard to get used to that here in Hungary. People call me Pascal. A lot of Hungarians are like Williams or Pascal. I'm like Pascal Williams. It's funny how many people make that mistake, and I just ignore them, whatever. Williams! Because they just know like Williams is a very common name, and they don't really think about it. It's kind of funny. Schieberspieler. Simulspieler. After my stream ends at 1:15, Schieberspieler is going to have a stream, I believe. So white is gathering pieces like Zuckertort on the queen side here. My Dutch skills. I'm a King's Indian player, so I can just, you know, Hikaru plays both, right? Dutch, King's Indian, or used to. I think you can play the King's Indian and kind of play the Leningrad. I have no clue how to play like the Stonewall Dutch or something with black, but some clue, but not really. But I think King's Indian and Leningrad are sort of interrelated. For me, this is a King's Indian, whatever. I didn't play e5, but it's still. White's way of playing the game, though, is weird. That's what reminded me of Zuckertort Steinitz. The early c5, like not castling. This game would have flown in the like late 1800s for white. Now he castled kingside, of course. The h4 pawn is like left to its fate. It's like an Afghan translator. I know that's a bad joke, but literally, the h4 pawn left behind. Should I just go for it with g5? This is crazy. The Ginger GM has info on that Dutch. Ginger GM plays the less popular classical Dutch. Do you think we should be in Afghanistan? I really know that that's a very big issue. The only thing that's clear to me is like the way they, you know, not to turn it into a political stream, but I mean, The way they left was a disaster. I mean, the way it went down is kind of a disaster. How could it be any worse? E4. I mean, it's kind of like if you're committed to something, it's not a question of whether we should be there or not. Like we are already, you know? The pawn's already on h4. We can't like sit here debating whether we should be on h4 or not. We just have to play the position, you know? It doesn't seem like they played the position very well. If as a chess player you ask me my opinion, the way they're playing they played this position is really bad. Right? If you're a chess player and you're like the Allied commanders in Afghanistan or the President of the United States, how did they play that position objectively? Pretty badly. Like 10 cent pawn loss. It seems like. But I'm not blaming like one administration necessarily. Just saying, from that point, you played really badly. I don't know how it could have been any worse. Bishop f5. I mean, literally it could, but it's still pretty bad. On a scale of 1 to 10, seems like the end of Afghanistan is like an easy 8.5. What are we doing? He's really combative. Now what happens if like g4? Druzgol is very combative, man. I can't move my knight. What am I supposed to do here? This is just weird. I'm sort of regretting. I have to admit I'm regretting. Not being able to complete my sentences, my God. Alright. I'm regretting stumbling over my words. What did I just do? He's so fast, Christ. $2001. Get me out of here. What? Panic moment. Played a great game. But I see the adrenaline. He's just like, go, go. Down a rook. Yeah, that was a great game. That was a great game. Like, you played really, really well. Until you freaked out at the very end. Up until this point. I mean, I'm not sure about that. White's okay here. I thought queen h4. But he went over here. Maybe this isn't a bad move. 103 cent upon loss for you. 34 for me. It's going up. Alright guys, we have 45 minutes left to play. That was a wild game. I don't like the way you played the opening. As I said again, but that was funny. The Afghan translator became weak. It didn't become weak. I mean, this was the Afghan translator. He castles kingside. That pawn looks weak. I played g5, and now my kingside ends up weak. This is crazy. Check this position out. He castles into h4. This is crazy. This is Engine's #1 move. Castles with the pawn on h4. g5 is my best move. Take. No, e4 right away. It's the best move? No, it dropped out. It wasn't such a bad game. It was interesting. Dutch is fun. Hiroku, Brodinski, Sumaher, Locker Guide. I know the descent upon loss is ugly. You were better at one point. In that position, you were finally better. Ironically, at move 33, where you blundered. The first time in the game where he's actually better. The problem is f2. You have to protect f2. My move is a blunder too, g3. I missed bishop g3. Alright guys, let's put that behind us. Hiroku, Brodinski. We'll just take the challenges we've got. Is anyone else a subscriber that's challenging? Calculated Chess. Good morning, chat. Thanks for joining us. It's always welcome to have some new players. Calculated Chess, have you watched the stream before? Let's try e4, e5 and play something unusual in there. Man, King's Gambit. That's not what I was expecting. So we need an unusual defense against the King's Gambit. Oh, there was something. Wait, no. I don't know. Oh man, I played this computer the other day. This is not unusual though. Is this unusual? How about this? What's that? What's that acerbate? What was that variation you had? Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5, queen h4 check. That doesn't make sense, does it? Am I just lost already? Knight e5, knight e5, queen h4 check. g3, queen takes e4 check. Queen e2, queen h1. I'm not lost, right? I mean, isn't that the way it's supposed to go? I'm thinking of a different position. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Xerox. Xerox is Mr. Tricky. You should know about this kind of gambit, given your opening repertoire. We'll ask Xerox. This is playable. Astrobate has some interesting games in the Vienna game. Nobody's commenting on this. Don't give away specific moves. Does anyone know this position? Fork. Fork. Hint. So knight e5, queen e4 check, g3, queen e4 check, queen e2, queen h1. Usually I just resign after 2f4. No reason to do that, but I wanted to play something unusual. I've played knight c6 before, which doesn't really have a lot of theory compared to other like anti-King's Gambit lines. So he finally played c3 after thinking, I mean, this seems critical, but I don't know what the final analysis is of that. So if d4, knight f3 check, g takes f, queen h4 check, king e2, queen f2 check, king d3. That's another cool variation. That doesn't work because of queen d4 check at the end. So he can't play d4 without just dropping the d4 pawn. So this seems critical. You can obviously play like knight c3. So this looks like a very logical continuation. Possibly I have to play, let's see, you could play bishop b6. Bishop b6, knight e5, queen h4 check. g3, queen e4 check. I mean, it shouldn't really change anything, right? Queen e2, queen h1. He does have king d1 at the end in some variations. Let's just double check. Bishop b6, knight e5, queen h4 check. g3, queen e4 check. Queen e2, queen h1. Now he has all these discoveries. Knight g6 check. Double check. King d8. Yeah, I don't like that. I think we have to take. Or play d6. It does look ugly, though. This has to be better for white. d4, check. Bishop e6. And white is better. He could also take with the pawn, but that's not really great. So white is better based on the center. What would Steinitz do? Bishop e6. Ugh. This is ugly. This is really, really ugly. I guess I could have played queen f6 there. White is better. I mean, clearly white is better. At least I have a center. King's Gambit is annoying. But I didn't want to play like a standard variation. So on e7 he can hit me with bishop g5. Mate in one, my god. Alright. So my fear is bishop g5. That's why I almost got mated in one. So I can play knight f6. I could play knight h6. Not... Alright, so we're really on the verge of losing. Queen f6. Wake the heck up. Queen f6, queen e2. Queen f6, queen h3, queen g6. This is ugly as well. So polite. When is my turn? I've been waiting 30 minutes. I'd love to like stand in line behind that guy for something. Alright. Knight h6. Man. Should I have played e5 there? I had e5. I'm trying to play as many players as I can, but I have to like take them in the order I get them. Perhaps you should play in like a bullet stream or something. Where we just like play instantaneous moves. Nice game by Hiroku. Very solid. But I think we're alright here. It's possible White's like a tiny bit overextended. Oh, this pawn is sketchy. I also have this. And the bishop's still dangerous on the long diagonal. So he... Next challenge is Brodinsky, Shrek. God is Grob. Grob is great. Grob is great. Needs to re-challenge to a normal time control with 5+3. Lockerbie. Alright, so this is a problem. He's going to double on the 7th. So I can't let him in there. That's a strong move. Although it's possible to play e5, I guess. I'm going to have to trade a set of rooks. And now, he can't penetrate. But it looks like he's okay there. He probably should play knight f3 instead. Knight f3 would have stopped rook h4. Oh, my time. So he's trying to flag me. Playing for the time. It's probably a draw, but black's a tiny bit better. Please be polite in the chat. Brodinsky, Shrek, Locker Guide, and El Peon Posicional. Now you're dropping your central pawn. That is not a good idea. Trading rooks? But I have like endless waiting moves. He has to play g4 at some point. That's why b5 is important, to hold up two pawns. Once I get my king to d5, he's in trouble. Or f5. I can just endlessly shuttle the king back and forth through these two squares, and then he has to move his pawns or give me access to d5. And then he's in like pretty bad shape. Maybe he still has a chance. But I don't see it. There might be a chance. g4, king d6, king e3, king d5, king d3, e4 check, king e3. So here f5 is also This is also strong. If I just pick off the g5 pawn. Is there a chance he can hold a draw here? It's lost. The whole thing is just lost once he trades rooks. Normally I would take with the pawn, with the rook, but you know, I wanted to have a passed pawn. I have a passed pawn. Computer doesn't like it though. It wants to play rook takes. Interesting. But it's not that easy for me to create a passed pawn here. Even if I win his g pawn, you know, I have double pawns. It's not so easy. So we've got time for a few more challenges. I got a rated. That's out. 2 more games. Bradinsky and Shrek. Let me know if someone else is a subscriber. I'm playing unusual openings today. We've got time for at least 2 more. Yeah, we're rating Schieberspieler stream. If he's streaming in time. Schieberspieler simul at 1:30. The only question, will Schieberspieler start in time? Because I have to leave like at the latest 20 minutes after 1. I'll rate him if I can. Is 95 a good move? Maybe it is. I don't know. It's only 47 minutes of stream. It's not only 47 minutes of stream. Maybe my internet connection cut out or something. I think there may have been an internet outage that would have cut my stream in half. That's the problem. I was probably disconnected midway through the stream, making it look like I've only been streaming for 47 minutes. When in reality I've been streaming for 2 hours. Alright. So we go here. How do I know that the birds opening is bad? Birds, the words. Because no good players play it? Would be my assumption. Heinrich Danielson is like the only strong player in the world who plays it. Well, I mean, there are probably some others that I don't know about, but you know there's got to be a reason for that. But in a sense, like it's maybe a good idea to play it because, and that's his basis, right? It's not that good, but it's not that bad, and most people don't really study how to play against it. So it kind of makes sense to play the bird. To know it super, super, super well, I think it makes a good opening. But you definitely have to put in a lot of work because it's dangerous. Definitely not easy to play. You're weakening your king side. I'd be very concerned about the Fromm's gambit. I don't know that I've ever played... I don't think I ever played the birds in a tournament game. I've played b3 and then like played f4 subsequently. I don't think I ever played f4 move 1. Only in Blitz. And I've also never played the Dutch with black. And my philosophy has always been, like I said, it's not that it's a bad opening, but it's just very hard to play and hard to learn. The learning curve for the Dutch/bird is pretty heavy. You're going to have to pay a lot of dues and lose a lot of games before you become a really competent Dutch defense birds opening player. I just never wanted to like lose a lot of games learning how to play it, you know. Black's in a very bad way here. This is straight up sort of Nimzovician approach by white. Bishop f6. Should we just try to checkmate him down the h file? Subtle. Yeah, I think I'm only going to have time for probably one more game with a small chance for two. F5 now. Protected past pawn. His bishop is buried. But he has an escape hatch for the king. It's a very ugly situation. Rook h8, bishop g6, there's no direct win. But this takes out the control of d5. So now he's lost. Classic Dutch. This guy just disappeared. He's back. Alright. I'm playing all kinds of weird stuff. Let's play the Dunst. G4. No. No. Alright, I'll play the Verisov. It's hard not to transpose to something with the Dunst. The Jabava is most popular now with bishop f4, but I hate the London system, so we'll try not to promote that. Bishop g5 is like the classical Verisov move. Also frequently played by a Trompowsky order of moves. This I've never seen. But I'm no authority with white. Authority. Bit of a strange decision to put the bishop on e6, but it's not maybe that bad. It's different from the London system, definitely. Yeah, I like it better. I mean, it's more aggressive. That is the Jabava version. The Verisov, I mean, it's not a chicken opening like the passive systems within the London. I mean, I think you're playing a lot more aggressively, taking risks. It's basically a Chigorin in reverse. No, I don't think it's the same thing. But it has increased the popularity of the London a lot. Like I was talking about yesterday, the ability to cross over between those two openings. C4 is an interesting move. So I have double threats. The pawn on e4 is weak. And now his king is a little weak, but I mean, okay, this move isn't that bad. Black has h5 there, trying to trap my bishop. But now I'm simply winning a piece. This is the main threat. But that's what happens when you lose your strong point. I mean, he should never play knight e4. Having his pawn dragged to e4 makes this possible, you know. The strong point is the bastion in the center. You need to have a really good reason to allow that. Allow your central pawn to be dragged away. So, yeah, I think we've got this in hand. Queen f7 is mate. He can't castle. e6 drops a pawn. It's really bad. Black's best defense is something like knight d8. Just flailing around on the back rank. This takes away castling ability. So this is even strong now. Now knight e5. But it's too late. Black is lost. So we will have time for another game. Lockerbie. Sean is not a subscriber. The expedient mate. Not available. I don't know what the best mate is here. Check. He has to crawl out to b7, b6, and he'll get mated on b5, right? Found it. I'm a genius. Fastest possible mate. King c7, queen b7, king b6, queen b7, king c5. This is not the fastest. I mean, this is faster. Yeah. Alright. So last game. I'm sorry I can't play these other challengers, but I've got to go. We're going to rage. I think we're going to go. I mean, if this is like a super fast game, in 5 minutes I can play another game. But usually the games last like 10, 12, even 15 minutes. Just saying. I'll play the next player if this is a short game. I've got to go in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 11. So let's try something different. Okay, e5 again. Oh, Locker Guide, right. Okay, he's the strong player. Locker Guide is super fast. I don't even know what this is called. Obscure defense. Ed Formatic I saw play once. He's an IM. Basically now we play a form of like Philidor. Form of an iceberg. Chess jumpsuits with emblazoned advertisement and a can of soft drink. What's up, World Loser? We're just gonna finish the stream here. D5. Alright, what do we do with D5? Do we just let him? Yeah, I don't know. It's a closed position now. Duh. Thank you for the information, I know. Thank you for the weekend update. It's hard to believe this was e4, e5. Right? Looks like a King's Indian. I guess he's not going to castle. It would be hard to play this position without castling for white, I would imagine. This is the player who played in my tournament last night, and he's some kind of bullet fanatic. But I don't really understand why people like that would be attracted to my stream. We try to play using all the time I can, try to play best possible moves. I hate bullet. He's super fast. The opposite. I believe in slothism. Take your time, get in time pressure, but play the best moves. So bishop a6 turns the tables a little here. Interesting. Complicated position. That's not what I expected, but it makes sense. We have attacking chances, opposite color bishops. It's a nice move. Looks like I'm just lost now. Lost the exchange, gonna drop a7. Is there any way to survive? Find all the moves instantly. Wonderful to lose the last game. There's no defense. Is there? What about my dark sword bishop? It can't do anything. Yeah, see, this is over. He's like very accurate. I'd like to see the CPL on this. So we lost. White used 30 seconds for the entire game. Let's see the engine. '92. C4 didn't seem like a good move. Rook at A6. Not a top choice. And then G4 instantly. And he's just okay here. I just basically blundered D6. It's just blunder losing the game in one move. Did White make any inaccuracies in the whole game? I wonder. Objectively, it's probably a draw. I want to see if White made a single inaccuracy playing the whole game in like 1 minute. He didn't make the best move every time, but all right, guys, gotta go. We're gonna do a raid. Let me see. I don't know. I can't get a game analysis. I'll turn off the engine. It's taking forever to do game analysis here. It seemed like White played a perfect game with no inaccuracies. It's kind of overwhelming. I made one mistake. That's a bit much, like in Bullet. I can't do that. I've eventually made a blunder. Knight C4 is just stupid, allowing D6. King G7, and these pawns are hanging. So White has to be pretty careful. How does he defend those pawns against that threat? He can't defend both pawns, so he's worse. My stockfish is just stuck. I'm never going to get a game analysis here. Alright. Thanks, guys, for watching. My internet is not a happy camper. It's like our internet is shot today. Very dubious. I'm trying to do a raid here, but I've got very bad lag. Probably not helped by trying to do a game analysis here. Ach Varga, Hungarian Championship, 1999. The same online. Yeah, it was only plays weird stuff. Alright, welcome everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night for the subscriber stream.